All right, we're here on Big Sandy Lake. Sportsman 700 through the ice. It is 5 inches thick, but it's 50 degrees out right now, so the ice is very questionable at best. And it's way out. The closest access is there. This is 20 feet of water, they say. Definitely gonna be a manual recovery. You're gonna get no sort of decent equipment out here to get to it. Unless you have like a float rig, obviously. But yeah, you see where it started breaking through and then went all the way through. It was 3 adults on the Sportsman. Probably the added weight made it go through. They drove out here this morning, no big deal. Obviously throughout the day it warmed up and turned into a big deal. Like I said, 5 inches, but it's sketchy at best. So I might come up with a plan and try to get this thing out of here. Stay tuned. It's about 7:30 at night. Got this unit of a pontoon home. We're about to build a little ice dredge with it. I'm gonna use my current ice dredge boom that home's 440. I'm gonna get rid of everything on the top. All of it, probably the wood decking too, because it's rotten. This thing's been sitting behind our farm for like 20 years. Hence the trailer. Can't believe it even made it here, but here we are. Probably take it off the trailer, put it on the flatbed, just make it easier. Be able to offload it on the ice a lot easier too. Got a couple guys tomorrow that are come out with an airboat. So I'm gonna build a little push bar for it, so we'll be able to push it over the hole with the airboat. Drop the cable down the center, winch the wheeler up, either push or pull this thing back off the lake with the airboat. Lucked out, one of my buddies was up north. Got an airboat, was willing to help. So that is gonna make this a lot easier, hopefully, and go a lot quicker. So I'm gonna have to get the Sawzall out and get to work on this thing. Like I said, 7:30, hopefully be out there in the morning. Pretty much gotta build this whole thing tonight, which really not that big of a deal. So let's get to it. Maybe I'll give you a couple update videos, or maybe the next time you see this, it'll be done. So let's get it. All right, there she is, all said and done. I was interrupted about 100 times tonight trying to get this thing done with normal work, but here it is. This is my definition of a homemade last minute ice dredge. Only big enough for a four-wheeler or a snowmobile because it's about 50 inches between the tunes, but that's enough to get a four-wheeler or a snowmobile through. Yeah, I could make the tunes wider, but that wasn't gonna happen tonight. And we need it for it in the morning. I took my winch off the mini Bombi because it's the only electric winch I had. Gutted my other ice setup and made it mount on pontoons, which is still removable and be able to use without pontoons. Got a little tow bar on it. I think it turned out pretty slick. Repurposed the toolboxes. So we got toolboxes. Repurposed the battery box over there. So we got a battery box. Yeah, I don't see why this thing won't work. It is currently 2 o'clock in the morning. I picked up my mess. This is all the stuff from on top of it. There are the sides over there. I'm pretty much smoked for the evening. Try to get up at about 7 and get it loaded. We won't be going out till 10 o'clock. But I'd like to get some other stuff done before we go out. But yeah, it should work good. In this situation, we're not gonna have it cam over because it's just gonna pull it up and hang there. And then we just pull the whole thing away. But the shackle situation up there is kind of a mess, but it's kind of the only way it was gonna work short notice without reinventing the wheel. Pretty proud of myself. I actually didn't spend any money on this evening. Had the pontoon, had the metal at the shop, had everything here to do it. So I was actually pretty stoked on that. Yeah, we're just using a ratchet strap for that. It ain't gonna matter. That doesn't carry any load. The chains in the back do. But you need to have something on here so it doesn't cam over backwards. And it's gotta be adjustable, so a ratchet strap is perfect. We gotta realize we're only picking a four-wheeler. They weigh like 450 pounds. So it's not the end of the world. I did put these on. I don't know why, but it seemed like they need to be in here. It's definitely gonna, if the bed or the frame tweaks down, if it ain't strong enough, because I just used the original deck, these will actually push down too. So if that twists up, this pushes down. So it gives us a fighting chance if something fails here, it'll push the load to the front. It'll just more or less just get the load in the center of the tunes in case this thing does go through the ice and needs to float. It's got it not one end or the other. It should be fairly centered. I think it's probably going to be floating tomorrow, to be honest. When the airboat was out there yesterday, yesterday now, the ice was just totally just like a wave. So I'll splice a little video in there that they got of it. It's insane. So tomorrow's going to be rather eventful, I feel. It's either going to go really good or going to go really bad. I don't know. BSF Recovery team is going to be stopping over in the morning to drop some merch off that I'm going to haul out to Record Games for him. So I told him to show up early and put him to work. So hopefully he'll have some of this on his YouTube channel as well. I don't know who will get to it first, me or him. I don't really care. But so it'll be a nice job, but it should have a lot of footage, which ice jobs, like I said, don't usually get footage. So it's gonna be 5 of us out there tomorrow, and I don't know. I guess we'll see how it works. Pretty stoked with how it turned out, though. I mean, total last minute. Started at 7, got it interrupted with 2 tows this evening. Got back here and just thrashed on it. So batteries hooked up, winch works. I'm not gonna put on the charger until in the morning because I don't trust them overnight. Then I'm gonna also charge my jump pack, so I have extra. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cut and dry. Thing's still pretty light because it's only on 2 motorcycle jacks and a jack stand. I don't think it weighs much. That hitch is to hook on the front of the airboat because you can't pull with an airboat. You only push. I mean, you can pull, but you gotta stay a ways back. So we're gonna push it and then push it over the hole-ish, floating, winch to wheeler up, and either spin the airboat around and put a long strap and pull it back, or push it completely over the hole and then do a loop on the lake and come back. So I don't know, that's to be determined. I don't know, we're just gonna send it, see what happens. So that's it, we'll see you in the morning. Or it is already the morning, but see you in a few hours. Got her up, air sled. It's gonna pick up the other 2 guys, hopefully. The ice is extremely sketchy. We got the wheeler up, we're floating and just hanging out until he comes back. 4 people on the airboat is a little much for towing. We've been breaking through, but they're both gonna jump on and then we'll whiskey this thing back out of here. 17.5 feet of water. I used the pole rig to reach down and a live scope. Honestly, worked super, man. As long as my float bars don't sink, we'll be doing minty. So hopefully they get back quick. Please come back. We had a little bit of ice breaking issues, so I had to opt to ride on the barge. Honestly, not as windy as I thought it would be. This is recovery right here, boys.